What are we doing on a screen like this?
You're going to have to elaborate on something for me because I don't know what we're doing here. Oh my God.
I guess you could say this is an experiment we're doing. Oh, look at me being clever. Hi, experiment.
You all right?
So, for some background, some of you might remember during Charity versus Room 2, we did The Town with No Name. I believe during that charity run, I made a smart-ass comment about if Experiment could record it, we'd do it on BSC. And today's the day where I learned to shut my goddamn mouth. Because he came back to us with this footage like an hour later, which shows to you how fucking long it takes for us to do stuff.
I was gonna retort anyway. It was like, if you were asking if someone would remember some BSC lore, it was like, some of you better fucking remember the BSC lore, because some of you guys bring up some of the most random shit 13 years ago.
John,
that no recollection of.
Do you remember your comment from 7 minutes into Paper Mario Part 34?
I don't.
Oh my God, that's real. That's actually in the game.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's real. Oh my God. Every time I look at this game, I'm always surprised at what's real, because every time I look at it, I feel like you guys are fucking with me and editing shit into the video to like as a shit post. But no, the game it's just like this.
Holy fuck, reason. Speed up.
Now, I promise like, this is all running unedited.
So, okay, experiment. What is this?
The Town with No Name is a game, the game of all time, no less, for the Commodore CD-TV, which is known as the predecessor to the Amiga CD32.
Okay.
This thing failed hard, sold less than 100,000.
Oh my God.
It went against the Philips CDI and lost.
Oh, God.
Oh.
And it sold for over $1,000 in 90s money.
In 90s money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, go back to the Star Fox level.
You know, old games that are iconic are so like ubiquitous in the public consciousness these days that sometimes I forget how fucking ugly a lot of old games could be.
I'm just still hung up on.
I deal with this decision every day of my fucking life. This game is so real.
We did Alone in the Dark, or I did Alone in the Dark for this channel a while back, and even that didn't look as ugly as this shit. What's going on? What am I looking at?
It's a tutorial.
You might have to catch a glass
I've seen this like millions of times already.
Oh,
the guy sliding the
bartender.
Yeah.
Example, to shoot this fierce-looking character, just press button A quickly.
Hold on, I'm gonna make the bad decision of turning the volume up on the video for it to bust my eardrums open later.
Only a few of them.
How many times are we gonna see this fucking controller?
They're really proud of their BlackBerry. I don't know what to tell.
I mean, this was the hardware that they developed like Super FX titles on.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the similarities of Super FX graphics are pretty striking.
I wanna call attention to something right now. I've got my VLC's volume at 100%. I can barely hear this shit.
Yeah.
Again, I had to dramatically lower it because otherwise it is deafening.
All right.
No, because the audio quality, like as faint as I can hear it myself, elicits the same sort of quality that you hear at like an orientation or job training you get. At like a retail job.
It does kind of make me think of a Walmart PowerPoint. I'm half expecting them.
That's exactly what
I'm half expecting them to segue into a tirade against unions in about 20 seconds.
And this game somehow runs slower than those orientation videos.
Realistic Steam effects as seen in MS Paint.
Okay, so what year was this game?
1991, I believe.
Wow, 91. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What other games were coming out in 1991?
The beat, though. Like, goddamn.
Just for perspective, 1991 video games. That was Sonic the Hedgehog 1, wasn't it? 1991?
Actually, it was 1992, according to Wikipedia.
Okay, so it's worse than Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see. Super Mario Kart we were getting. The Addams Family, Dragon Quest V, Wolfenstein 3D. There's a good point of reference for you.
I'm surprised they're able to do the literal woo Western sound without Clint Eastwood coming out and punching them in the asshole.
No, he's on his way. It's just that the game's going to take like 30 years to load it in.
The beauty of the Amiga OCS set.
No, seriously, this was the same year as Wolfenstein 3D.
Wolfenstein 3D arguably looks better.
It definitely looks better.
I would say it definitely looks better, yeah.
And in Europe, 1992 was the year we finally got the Super Nintendo. Just 2 months after this came out.
Like,
So
holy...
you had to wait until 92?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking weird, dude.
April, early May 1992, we had Super Mario World, Pilot Wings, and F-Zero as the main launch titles, with maybe Super Tennis.
Yeah, they had to wait till 1992 to play Super Mario World at 40 FPS. So you
Yeah,
know.
and to update the localization.
I gotta say, though, bless their rustic little hearts. These developers are trying.
Oh, just
Like-
just wait.
But not for nothing, the developer of this, the main one, Fergus McNeilson, actually went on to do a few more games, like Carmageddon. He's also
Never
like...
heard of it.
Carmageddon. Yeah, I've heard of Carmageddon at least.
It's a fairly well-known PC game. He's also like a director of criminology or something up in Scotland. Like, he's written best-selling crime drama books.
I mean, you describe it as a fairly well-known PC game, but let's be honest, PC games, even when they were well-known, were pretty niche at the time. So I can't really rag too hard on PC games that are a bit jank. But on the other hand, I absolutely can, because the PC was like way more experimental than the console in a lot of ways. And there was some really amazing shit back then.
Well, you know what? We're not dealing with this shit. We're leaving.
So hold on. Oh fuck! Like for a second there,
How much blood's in that spider? Damn.
I thought his feet had the power to reverse time.
What?
And what the fuck?
Get fucked
I
about and
thought
found
his
out.
feet had the power to reverse time, and
What's with
the
that?
spider was going to be revitalized. Also, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
All right, thanks for joining us, guys. Remember to like, favorite, and subscribe.
Guys, I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Man, I thought Super Paper Mario was creative with its say no at the beginning of the game and it ends joke. Wow. Shake my head. You should be ashamed, Shigeru Miyamoto.
So, like, in terms of like what this game is, it's not a game, is it? Is it just glorified DVD menus? Like, this is shit that you unlock as an Easter egg on a DVD.
It's basically just like that.
Well, I mean, point-and-click adventure games were fairly common on PC around this time.
Yeah, there's like King's Quest, Leisure Suit Larry, there's a whole bunch of them. This is just, kind of like, what this actually reminds me of? This feels like a predecessor to the Sega CD kind of game. You press a button and then a 45-second FMV plays. This game is like that, but it's self-aware.
Whoa, hold on a second. You forgot to add the 45-second cutscene.
What the... So, this is an entire game of Zelda CDI cutscenes. That's what I'm taking from this.
Yes, basically, yeah.
There is leftover data on the disc that indicates this was supposed to be a proper point-and-click adventure, and for whatever reason, it all got scrapped.
For whatever
Like,
reason...
supposed to be like a real story.
Given the development constraints of the time, where it was considered a long development window if you had to take more than a year on something, I would bet they just didn't have time to do anything and shaved it down to something that they thought was relatively shippable.
Shippable in quotation marks.
Well, yeah.
Well, when you're making something like this, especially when it I forgot about the freaking Back to the Future font. When you're making a game like this for a PC, specifically, a PC game for a specific PC hardware, like, you have no clue who's going to end up buying it or if it will even be successful. Like, if you make a game for the Genesis, you know that there's at the very least a
Install base.
Yeah, versus something the fuck like this. It's like, you don't even know if, like, your game will even come out.
The sad thing is, this actually might have been one of the best sellers for the platform.
How do you figure?
There was less than 62 games on this thing.
Okay, so the competition was exactly fair.
I just got flashbacks to the CDI and 3DO again. God. Ugh.
Oh, we get one of the best deaths in the game. Where it feels like loading.
So, am I to understand that in under 40 minutes you recorded basically everything there was to see in this game?
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty bad even for the time.
It could have been even worse. Based on some of the unused files, they might have released this on floppy disk, because there's even lower quality audio.
Oh my god. Could you fucking imagine?
Well, I'm not super surprised that there would be lower quality audio and that kind of stuff left over in the data, because PC games in those old days are like they had to be compatible with a number of different sound cards, a number of different hardware setups. It's confusing.
On Amiga, that wasn't really much of a problem, because you'd expect all Amigas to have a standard. The main issue was how much RAM did you have installed, because there were separate RAM banks. You had slow RAM and fast RAM. Most people had half a meg of slow RAM added onto their 500s by this point. And even then, we were waiting.
You can add slow RAM and you can add fast RAM.
Fast RAM was also chip RAM, so that came on the motherboard. Also, best horse in video gaming. Let's go!
That's a horse.
Hey, don't say that out loud, Ted.
The fucking Google-eyed, the fucking googly-eyed donkey.
You had to mention
it. Try to steal the horse. Fail.
If you die, you get sent back to the very beginning, right?
All the way back to the main menu. There were no checkpoints.
That's like this fucking game. Shit, it was the arcade game. That was basically just the animated cartoon. I'm blanking on the name. What the fuck?
Dragon Slayer?
The one that was
Dragon Slayer. Yeah,
Dragon Slayer. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, one of the first Laserdisc games.
Because they basically needed a Laserdisc to hold the
data for the animations.
Yeah, because it was so high quality.
Meanwhile, with this, might be able to fit it on a...
I'm waiting for one of these to say poop butt. It just goes into an overly detailed face.
All right, come on. Come on, you can do it.
You summoned
what? The shit?
Oh, it's just like The Sims, where, you shoot someone by accident and the Grim Reaper pops in out of literally nowhere.
And breaks into a Parappa the Rapper dance.
Well, I was going to mention Parappa the Rapper myself because of the way that guy died a couple of minutes ago.
You shot him in the head. Shot in the head.
He got.
Where now, brown cow?
I hear the Courage the Cowardly Dogs
needs
auditioning.
Jesus.
Fucking Christ, I forgot how bad this
I was
album
going to
was.
say, holy shit.
In the Garden of Eden.
The music's more terrifying than going to actual church.
If anyone can understand what this dude's saying, you get a medal.
I like how they say, the decision is yours, and your only decision is do the thing in the place or leave the place. What is with this guy's nose?
The nose. Try understanding a word that comes out of his mouth.
What the
there
fuck?
he goes.
He must go now. His planet needs him.
Note,
Man,
he died
Rapture
on the way
was
up.
today? Shit.
And I did not get the memo. How rude.
So, you go back and do this whole thing every time, or what?
Yep, until you basically run out of people to kill.
I mean, chat. I mean, interact with.
Great.
I mean, kill. This fucking vulture is in
vulture,
hell.
man.
It's like, why did I rest here?
Do we have to watch the vulture jump rope over electric shocks every single time?
It's important lore.
Ugh.
Yeah, blah blah stop.
Blah, blah,
That's very
stop.
important.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You see, the funny thing is that back in the day, you paid for telegrams by the word, so putting in blah, blah, blah would have cost you probably a ridiculous amount of money for the time. Kind of like how back in the day, you only had 250 texts a month or...
Fuck, even with telegrams back in the day, data rates may apply.
I remember ye old Comcast.
Roaming charge.
But
This is
how am I
bullshit.
supposed to get anywhere? I have to roam.
Who's
They're really
idea?
proud of this rotating shot, aren't they?
I mean, it's being
Listen.
done in real time. You know, that was a big thing back then.
Listen, man. All right. Andros from Star Fox is gonna pop up any second, and you're gonna be so impressed. You have no idea.
Look, I know how big a deal, like, the rude beginnings of 3D were, but, like, even around then, there were still games that use those kind of graphics artfully, you know? Try to squeeze a little aesthetic pleasantness out of the thing.
I mean, the Amiga chipset this is powering this game came out roughly in terms of time. I think it was 1984 it was originally designed. Didn't see release till 86, 87.
So the system that this was being developed on was effectively like made in the 80s, is what you're saying.
Mid 80s, yeah.
So when you consider that, I guess it's kind of impressive, but again, you know, the steps in hardware that they were taking at that time, you know, just goes to show, like, this, like, for as marginally impressive as this might have been, it was obsolete within 6 months.
I would, because here's the thing, like, if I were to have this game back when it originally released, you said 92 or 93? 92.
92, yeah.
I'd be blown away by what I'm looking at right now.
I mean, truth be told, by this point, I've seen better Amiga demos that fit on a floppy disk that looked better.
Oh, this is my favorite cutscene in the game.
Well, look at that, partner.
This reads like an unironic Homestar Runner skit. like that's what the voice direction reminds me of.
Or your average Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Yeah.
What, you were talking specifically about the hygiene problem then, right?
Yeah. Or just the way that the lines are delivered. It's right out of Homestar Runner.
The shit is going on?
Some guy threw a knife at us.
Random guy who we never know about, but he just tried to chuck a knife at us, and well,
I'm
he's
sure
dead
he'll
now.
be fine.
Rude.
Just gonna plod over.
I gotta tell you, I remember Resident Evil looking a little better than this.
Man, you know, even Alone in the Dark was a little bit better than this.
Fucking Clockwork. Was it Clockwork or was it Clocktown? The PS1 remake of the game had very primitive 3D graphics that were just barely better than this.
Clock Tower? You might
Clock
be thinking?
Tower, thank you very much. Elliot
Tower.
would have had my head for that.
Because that was originally a Super Famicom game.
Yeah, that was originally a point and click Super Nintendo game that I don't think I'd ever played for
I've
myself
heard
because
of the Super Nintendo version.
And it's getting a re-release.
I have no doubt that it's very immersive in its atmosphere, but it as a game it's too slow for me because it's a point and click on the Super Nintendo.
I mean, I would hope it had SNES mouse support at the least.
I think it did.
Oh, the Clock Tower series, right?
Yeah.
I know this. It's that like escape series where you're being chased by a single enemy that you have to constantly hide from while you're adventuring
it's
around,
like
right?
Scissor Man or something. I think not entirely sure what his
Yeah.
name was, but
Shout out to this guy who literally fucks this woman for, I think, like a month straight.
is that what we're hearing in the background?
Yes, right now is
Yep.
them having sex.
Now, in the DOS version, they use a different soundbite, and it's arguably worse. And that was one of the lower quality sound bites that was left on the disc, but for some reason, that one cutscene uses it from that sound bank.
His cigarette looked like a penis.
Anyway, we'll take the downstairs, yeah? Speedrun world record, let's go!
What?
I mean, I love IRL speedruns. It's great.
Why did you do that?
PB, but my fucking knees.
Pass me a drink, bartender.
And that was before you got drunk. Jesus. This guy's just looking at him like this dumbass who just dropped down.
I gotta say, this hits different when you actually have like the in-game load times.
Wait, did you have to catch that with your mouse?
Yes. You
Yes.
get like a few frames.
Oh my god!
The fucking sad face too is like, oh, now I gotta buy another one.
Also, but like, what was with that squint earlier? Like, it's got a vendetta against us.
Give me a
What
drink,
the fuck?
bartender. I
Does
mean, I think that's supposed to be a John Wayne voice he's going for, and you know the dead expression and lack of joy in his eyes definitely matches for that.
I assume you got it
First try.
because that mouse cursor was nowhere near the fucking glass.
It has
What's-
a very generous hitbox.
I was gonna
on
say,
that
what's
first
the
frame.
hitbox on that thing?
This guy looks so proud to have caught that
Hey,
glass.
you would be too if someone decided to slide you a drink all the way across the end of the table.
Are there no women around here?
Did he just ask any women around here?
Only Mary Lou, Joe, Beth, Sue upstairs.
Yes, thank you, person with a fake Irish accent.
Get a lot of men calling on her.
So, very important question. Who is this main character guy, and why should we give a shit?
We have no
Yeah.
idea. He literally doesn't have a
Because
name.
he's Cowboy McCool.
I thought it was the town that had no name, not the main
He can
character.
either go outside or steal a horse.
Oh, get away from me.
Oh god, he's sliding into my DMs. Get him out.
Who fucking invited the bank teller, dude?
We'll play Chase the Ace. We each draw a card.
Oh, there's an early take for him, and you can tell he's reading off a cue card
The person
because there's very many awkward pauses
I don't
between
know. He
each
sounds like
line.
he's reading off a cue card now.
who drew first can then put
Oh no, it's even worse because like he's dead close to the microphone, so you can hear the back of his bloody gob.
players have
Oh, God.
Sounds like he recorded it from a 360 mic.
Who has the higher card. The loser has to pay.
Yeah, because you can hear the
He has
mic popping because they don't have a filter over it.
10 picture cards and aces all cost 10 cents. Everybody got that?
Sorry,
Everybody
sir.
got
Could
that?
you?
No, I can't hear you.
Ready.
I'm sorry, sir,
Everybody
could you
got
perhaps-
that? He says to the one person in the room.
Who are you speaking to? All the pixels that are in this room. How many?
Buddy, the shop closed 3 hours ago. You gotta go.
Just give me about 15 minutes and I'll count the pixels for you.
I mean, this is one of
I
your...
love playing card games that are also Rorschach tests.
He's just mouthed off at my card experience. I'm going to rearrange your teeth.
Man, card games that are also Rorschach tests, I'm just thinking about is just like, what do you got here? Full house. Nah, sorry, that's a pair of twos, you lose.
This feels like a weird
I hate
thought
this game.
experiment.
The queen on that card just looks like she has no idea why she's here.
To be fair, I don't think any
Oh,
of
that
us
makes
are.
she's just, along for the ride like we are.
You have to shoot him right there during that speech, by the way. Otherwise, he just instant kills you.
Wow, what a sore loser. Holy fuck.
You're not hinted
Wait,
about that at all. If you don't do anything, he just insta kills you at that point.
How? Does
Very-
he just shoot you?
Yeah, and you literally shatter into glass.
Who shot first?
Oh, it's this cutscene.
Do you have the right time, old man?
What the fuck?
This was a video game that was sold in stores on shelves.
I don't know where to fucking begin with this image.
This was a video game that was sold in stores on shelves.
And at the very end, he just goes, no. Have we been to everywhere at this point?
I don't know.
I don't think we've gone to the jailhouse. Or the blacksmith.
Yeah, we're
Now,
still
you
missing
might
you.
think that's a shot of the camera, like, spinning around the town, but in fact, the town itself is dancing to that sick beat in the background.
Even a
Denise
town
Stewart,
can
do you
acknowledge
have
a
anything
pretty
better to do?
fire soundtrack.
He's sitting there looking all cleanly and Woody.
So,
I feel like a drink. Care to join
Oh my
me?
god, they're trying so hard to be John Wayne. Is that it? Okay, that's it. Roll credits.
If you try and shoot him, he just insta kills you by taking your head off with a bullet.
My God.
Crafty Clint, you killed him, stranger. And so I'm going to kill you.
Dude, I just came out. I was going to get a drink. All right, cool. You want to?
Yeah, I was like, I thought we were just going to get a drink, and now we're facing the repercussions of our actions.
That actor's accent threw me off. I thought this was like Wild West America.
Consistency is not this game's strong point.
This is like playing Baldur's Gate and running into a Canadian every 20 feet.
I mean, it's called the Wild West. Canada has a West. Last time I checked, it could be Wild West Canada.
It's also wild. Nothing makes sense. That kind of wild,
Well,
right?
I said that because Baldur's Gate 1 was made by a Canadian studio, and a lot of the like no-name voice actors are like very obviously Canadian. Like you can tell from the way they talk, and it's just jarring because none of the actual named NPCs sound Canadian.
I cast magic missile, eh?
What the
Going on
shit
with your
is
fucking
this?
eyebrows?
Oh,
guy?
sorry, you don't have enough gold to raise your friend there.
It's all right. We've got enough. We'll buy the special offer.
So if you say you're just browsing, what happens? What?
One baked bean. Wow, what
He
a
makes
deal.
a very special noise. I think we show it off. Yes, we do.
Okay. You can't have the bean. It's mine.
That was certainly a noise.
Yeah.
Jake, you killed him. So, I'm gonna kill
I love
you.
if you just hear it without looking at it. You can just literally hear the checks notes in the middle.
Like the page turning noise.
So these guys
Oh, did you
are
miss?
very, very short.
No, wait, no, come on. You lost that.
Also, what happened to his earrings that were very not very in fashion
chopped them
during the
off.
Wild West era?
Okay, so every time they play this church music, I can't tell if that's actually how it sounds or if that's just the disc.
That is actually how it sounds.
Okay, so it's not like the game trying to read the music and screwing up. Somebody actually took having their cat walk over their Casio keyboard as the soundtrack.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, this only has a single-speed CD drive.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God. Oh.
It gets worse. You couldn't even just put the disc in. They had to be in these special caddies. Sort of like a UMD for the PSP.
Wait, so back then you couldn't just put the CD raw into the drive itself?
Nope, you had to put it in a special
You
caddy.
had to put it in a
and then
fucking radiation suit.
Yeah, and then you put it inside the actual system, and then you could play it.
God.
Check out the Rogues Gallery. So we got
Developer 1, Developer 2.
Uncle Jesse, everywhere you look.
Oh yeah,
Uncle Jesse was here. There's a tic-tac-toe board over there. X1. You'll never take me alive. That's fine by me. I mean, that's a solid burn.
I like to think that all these pictures are taken in the same employee lounge and they shared the hat. Except this guy. He could be caught that wearing that shit.
It might have even been that. It might have just been their house. Because this was just like the era of bedroom programming in the UK.
What's with the fucking random ass reward amount there? $2,537 on the dot. No
And
more,
this
no
person
less.
played a lot of Price is Right, you know. If you ever watched the like the computers that they got to try to program to play like Price is Right or Jeopardy, they all bet really, really weird numbers.
That last one was actually pretty funny. $4,999.95.
he is also wanted alive or preferably dead.
Yeah, spot all the dated 90s references.
It's like, you know, you remember all the like television shopping channel shit where they would price things like at like 95 cents below the dollar to make it look a little less expensive.
You've shot my entire gang, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm a bit
Okay.
Well,
Good to know.
here's the final boss.
I like how all of these guys are like a full head shorter than the main character.
And all wearing the same Homestar Runner hat.
And surprisingly, only using the same 5 colors.
So do you only get one click?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, because I was like, what's stopping you from just like mashing the button as soon as the spin begins?
Also, why did he have a shotgun when he had 2 magnums?
Oh, he had a weapon wheel. You know, this is where they got the idea from.
Bob?
Ah, yes, Red Ned Redemption.
No, I'm just a drifter. I came here to Dodge Gulch to meet my sister.
What?
Dodge Gulch?
What?
You mean this isn't Dodge Gulch?
Oh god, were we in the wrong
Oh god,
town?
the fucking loading.
Yeah, I know the loading
bosses.
bosses are insufferable, but also, are we in the wrong town?
Yes.
What is...
Oh, well, these things happen, I suppose.
What is with the eyebrows?
I mean, the eyes aren't even level.
Shall we go and get a whiskey?
My men are dead.
Why not?
I'm buying with all the reward money I got for shooting your friend.
What the fuck?
Well, that was the main
I'm
bulk of
buying.
the
I'm using the reward money that I got from killing all your friends.
But there's still extras. We still have the behind-the-scenes stuff to cover.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, do we?
And to think, this was before it became popular for video games to include DVD extras. Because that was a thing that totally happened during the PS2 era. Ugh.
All made in J2ME, usually.
The shit.
You thought the game didn't make sense?
I refuse to believe that these developers didn't know exactly what they were doing.
No, they knew exactly.
Oh,
what
they
were
absolutely
doing. They
did.
absolutely knew what they were doing.
They were just like, okay, we got 2 months to churn out a game.
And I was supposed to tell you that. And I was supposed to tell you that a month ago.
There's no way we're going to be able to turn out anything actually good on time. So let's just be ironically awful.
Apparently, this game came into existence because Fergus saw some of his friends in, like, cowboy outfits, and that was it. That's all he needed. That's all he needed. Speaking of, there he is right now.
I would have liked
Yep.
3-gun Theo.
Three gun style.
He just has 3 arms for no fucking reason.
Oh, now all of a sudden I'm thinking of Max Payne comic book cutscenes. Jesus.
Or,
Oh,
plumbers don't wear ties.
yeah.
Oh,
Which is also getting a re-release for some reason.
Yeah, for some weird reason. Hey,
That's
Ted.
limited runs on that, isn't it?
the Grief
Yeah.
Master. Oh, Lord.
I mean, for some reason, it's the same reason Bubsy got a sequel, you know?
2 sequels, no less.
It got a second sequel?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
They
right,
did
didn't
it. It got a second game after. The
Okay.
release.
The Godfather reference was funny.
Whoa, what the fuck?
But
When
he's back and
Kirby
he's
Strikes Back, geez.
It's nothing personal at the bottom.
Just, I want someone to mod this into Five Nights at Freddy's. Just that
Okay,
screen
just give him a
jump
gun.
scare you.
Sure.
No, just that screen jump scares you when you're supposed to die.
Oh wow, the Yellow Pages. There's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Did you know that back in the day, everybody used to collectively dox themselves, and there was a book where you could buy everybody's phone number and address?
I know, it was crazy, right? Good old Grandpappy actually found Rare's number to call him up because he was pissed he didn't know how to get to Rusty Bucket Bay in Banjo-Kazooie.
And they say, oh, don't talk to anybody that you don't know on the internet. Bitch, the whole entire town knows where exactly you live.
Well, the thing about the yellow pages was that they were so goddamn inconvenient to actually use. No one ever actually used them unless they had a specific thing that they were looking for, you know?
Yeah, I
So-
mean, you were either using them to actually look somebody up who you needed to call, or you didn't have any weightlifting stuff lying around. And
There's
it
no
was the closest thing.
There's no Control F function for the yellow pages.
It reminds me of my favorite gag from the Yellow Pages is because movie stars don't like to post their addresses anywhere. Adam West leads to Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne leads to Batman. Batman leads to Adam West.
Oh yes, they made this game. Psycho Killer 2. It's a joke, it never came out.
Damn.
The first one did, it's even on this platform. It's somehow worse than this.
Well, I know what we're doing for next April Fools.
Like, no, fucking, it's a horror game. You got to play it for Halloween.
This time it's all in my mind. Oh man,
It's what
was the real Psycho Killer 2 the friends we made along
Why would you
the
say
way?
that though? This time it's not real.
the original is like one of those awful FMV games, and it's got maybe 10 minutes of gameplay.
Oh, so like this.
Kinda, yeah.
This had 30 minutes.
This game is 30 minutes long. It didn't have 30 minutes of gameplay.
To think I gave David Cage shit.
I mean, you still can.
David
Like,
Cage?
two things can be true here.
This groundbreaking multimedia title is an unparalleled reference work for animators, artists, and photographers. A classic work seen as moving images for the first time.
$1,000.
Edward Muybridge's Women in Motion. This groundbreaking
Well, never mind. Sorry, buddy. Load screen cut you off.
Psycho Killer. A terrifying psycho killer is loose in a deserted part of the countryside. You're witness to a kidnapping, but can you intervene and save an innocent life?
No.
You know what? We should remake Psycho Killer. And then have John Combs narrate it. Tell me you don't hear John.
Psycho Killer's a song name, isn't it? Oh, but who released it?
Chaos in Andromeda. As a
This
special
does
It
sound
does
like
sound like
John.
John.
It
Oh
sounds
my
like John,
God.
doesn't it? Yeah, we should.
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
I was gonna say, come on, I'd buy that.
Send me a drink, bartender.
Okay, you know what? This actually looks like a fucking video game.
Sound, music, graphics, and animation.
Don't get your hopes too high up.
Edward Muybridge's Women in Motion.
It's so good they're trying to sell it 3 times.
Ah, Sherlock Holmes adaptation.
Multimedia murder investigation.
You know, there are some pretty good Sherlock Holmes video games out there.
Evaluate the evidence and follow in Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson's footsteps.
One of the early ones was on the PC Engine CD.
Edward Muybridge's Women in
I don't know what that is because I'm American.
The TurboGrafx CD.
Oh. I don't know what that is because I'm American. Man, I grew up on Dinosaur 3D Adventure. I didn't know what I was missing, clearly.
Just remember the old marketing terms. Only Amiga makes it possible. God help me.
Well, I mean, it was pre-internet era, so... Yeah, we dropped the unnecessary dash. Great. We've come so far.
Remember when every commercial would spell out the www before listing their website name?
Oh, that was fun though. Thank you, Experiment.
No problem.
Much appreciated. It was good for a laugh. Now let's never speak of this again.
Just like we don't speak about James Ponto.
That's fine. Fuck off, dude. It's not real. It's not talking. It's not real.
It's real in my mind, damn it.